All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome into today's edition of In the Game. I am your host, Hustle, and as always, we're going to be diving into the crypto gaming markets today as we'll go over a little bit of the markets, but I want to talk about a monumental event for one of the biggest gaming ecosystems in Web3 as Gala Games Project Gyri, their in-house Gala blockchain, goes live today with their launch of Spider Tanks, and I'm going to talk about why this could be so impactful. Will they potentially compete with the other top gaming blockchains, for example, that we ranked last week in our tier list? We're going to talk about why this is so big for Gala, and if the network can be efficient, this can even catapult them further in the lead as far as Web3 gaming development, studios, Steam-style distribution platforms, and we might see more onboarding to Gala Games. And we'll talk about the markets as always. Without further ado, let's get in the game.
T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
If you ain't here to hustle, why is you here? But if you here to hustle, the moon is near. It's Crypto Banter, not financial advice. If you don't listen, what's the cost, what's the price? This ain't a game, put you on game. I know we gon' play, but ain't a percent. If you ain't here to hustle, why is you here? But if you here to hustle, the moon is near. It's Crypto Banter, not financial advice. If you don't listen, what's the cost, what's the price? This ain't a game, put you on game. I know we gon' play, but ain't a play. If you get lost, show you the way.
And let's get right into it. Shout out to our sponsors quickly. Myria, one of the leading Web3 gaming platforms in the entire space with their studios, their games, their L2 solution, and more. Animoca Brands, one of the biggest Web3 gaming companies in the world. Unix Gaming, one of the leading NFT gaming infrastructures in the entire space. MEXC, the official exchange of the In the Game show, and Spintop, the official gaming index of Crypto Banter's In the Game. Let's go ahead and dive into it. Like the video if you enjoy the content here on Crypto Banter and In the Game, and subscribe to the channel for daily videos. As always, I want to start it off with what I left off with, Project Gyri launching today within Gala's ecosystem. So if you're unfamiliar with Gala, they have about 16 games already slated to come out on their platform with their games, film, and music side of things. They're doing a lot in the entire entertainment space and with their node ecosystems, which have all been super successful to this point within all three of those industries. Today is actually another monumental day for Gala's ecosystem as we're seeing one of their flagship titles, Spider Tanks, which is kind of like a brawler MOBA style game. We'll kind of show the project page here on Gala Games in just a second, but Spider Tanks goes live today. This tweet was yesterday on Halloween, the 31st of October. And this will actually go ahead and integrate Project Gyri, which has been teased all the way back since February, whenever Gala Games mentioned they were looking to build their own Gala chain. So as you see, they released this medium here talking about how they were going to come up with their own Gala chain to grow within the entertainment ecosystem that they've built. Now these games will be able to be powered on Gala's very own blockchain, which I think is super powerful for the games and Gala themselves to be able to operate completely in-house. I mean, they are a full stack gaming studio, distributor, and more. And their goal here, as we're seeing with Project Gyri, their in-house blockchain, is faster transactions, reduced impact on the environment, lower fees, lower minting costs, interoperability through the Gala world, which is growing as they say here with Gala Music. And since this article, they've released Gala Film. So this will power their whole ecosystem and the transferability to and from Ethereum. So it seems to be an Ethereum-based blockchain as well. I think this could be so monumental for Gala Games because they could totally compete with some of the likes of the biggest blockchains in gaming if they do this right. As we saw yesterday, a pretty big surge here. If we go to the 7-day, we saw a massive surge once we kind of everyone kind of caught on to this. Is the first game. Spider Tanks is going to be the first game of Gala Chain on Gala Chain. We're going to see how efficient, how fast, what the fees are like, and we're going to see how efficient the game runs. It's all about how easy it is to use from a user standpoint. And I think Gala is going to do everything they can to make it easily onboarded and make it smooth sailing as far as the user experience. We saw a big surge yesterday from about 3.5 cents up to above 4. I mean, we're at like 4.2 cents now on Gala. It was about a 17% gain yesterday. But with Project Gyri, when you're looking at their ecosystem, they could be running 17 games, which are the games slated on their platform right now, like Spider Tanks, Echoes of Empire, Last Expedition, Grit. This is going on Epic Games, for example. Like when Grit goes live and it's potentially running on Gala Chain on Epic Game Store, I mean, that's going to be one of the biggest games in the space. I do legitimately think that this could catapult Gala, not only as a gaming platform, studio, distributor, they could now become one of the best blockchains in the space. And we're talking competing with the likes of, the ones we put on our tier list last week, let's just say, right? Polygon, Immutable X, Solana, Avalanche, Wax Blockchain. I could totally see Gala completely asserting themselves in that spot. And also on top of that, I'm willing to say that this blockchain will blow away the Ronin blockchain, which is from Axie Infinity. And we put them in our D tier last week. So I think that this, for example, we're seeing so much adoption in Gala's ecosystem. If the network gets efficient enough, we're going to see every single game on Gala Games functioning on Project Gyri on Gala Chain. And I think that that's going to immediately catapult them with the amount of users, transactions, and active activity that's going on every single day in the ecosystem already. And then with the games that they still have slated to launch, I would definitely say this is a very bullish catalyst for Gala. And if it's successful, if the chain's efficient, this could absolutely put them in that top spot in every single category now. Like Gala's already checked the boxes in tons of categories across entertainment, games, the node ecosystems, the success of having multiple games launched, the different assets, the interoperability with the Gala world that they have planned. I mean, this could absolutely blow up. And I'm super excited to see Project Gyri in action with the Spider Tanks launch and in the future when more games go live on Gala Chain. And let's touch base on the markets a little bit. We're seeing Bitcoin taking a little bit of it's a red day after a green week last week, still up 6% for the week, 17% up on Ethereum for the week. But we're seeing a 1% drop over the last 24 hours. We're at about 20.4K on Bitcoin. And honestly, I'm just gonna, like, my thesis, if you've been watching the show, I don't think that we've seen the worst of it. I don't think that everything's priced in yet. I think the only thing holding up these markets at this very moment in time is the midterms here. I think things boiling over in multiple countries, in the US, China, and more. There is so much going on economically that is negative for me to put any sort of stock into this rally that we're looking at. And I mean, when we're talking about a rally, ever since June, let's just go back to the 1 year chart. Ever since June, we have seen these exact rallies play out over and over and over and over. And sure, this one could be different, but at the same time, you need to wait for confirmation as an investor before you were to put stock into that. Obviously, it's getting to the point where when we're getting to those lows, it's pretty safe to DCA into the market, into those top quality projects if you're looking at a longer term scope. But if you're really out here trying to call that was the bottom, we're going bullish, bull market from here, you need to wait for confirmations. I mean, the biggest rally that we had was back in August, and we went up to 24,000. Now, if we do that again, at a 20% gain on Bitcoin, which would be right now from 20,000 to 24,000, there will be awesome opportunities in between time for you to potentially, pick up some top crypto gaming, low cap tokens, and really swing them up as the market goes up. Bitcoin goes up 20%. You're going to see crypto gaming, metaverse, and those small cap tokens do a lot more multiples than what Bitcoin's going to do. So that's where you should probably have your eyes on the market. But I would always, look at the way that it's rallied all summer from 19, 21, 19, 23, and then we went up to 24, and then it's just been choppy. I don't really think that this is any different than the last couple of relief rallies that we've had. And I don't really see anything beyond the midterms holding this up. But when you're looking at the market, you need to be looking at those quality projects and just keep an eye on where the market's heading. And I do think that there could be a little rally here for these midterms. I totally think that the economy could be stimulated somewhat economically to try to provide a bullish narrative during those time periods. But at the end of the day, I think that's the only thing supporting this. And that's why we're still building our watch lists. I'm like, if you want to begin your DCAs into stuff like the Polygons, like the Ethereums, like the really top protocols, and you have a longer term scope, then that's perfectly fine. But if you're really trying to get the best prices, the best buy-ins for long-term accumulation, I think that it's still time to sit on your hands, keep accumulating stablecoins. And guys, some of the smartest people in the world right now are majority stablecoins. 70% stables and only 30% deployed. Like, I have a portfolio of long-term holds, but at the same time, I am so focused on just accumulating stablecoins between USDT, USDC, BUSD, and I'm ready to deploy once these prices get at those comfortable levels, stuff like Polygon. I do think, one of the most bullish tokens in the entire bear market. I don't think that, this 90-cent price, I think that now that a lot of catalysts are to the light and the surface with Polygon, with all their partnerships, integration, Reddit NFTs absolutely killing it. We're seeing 10 million in cumulative sales volumes on its NFTs, and that's all powered through Polygon. It's fantastic to see the real world integration. And even now, I think it's a fantastic project, fantastic time to potentially be looking at Polygon. But at the same time, with all the bullish catalysts that it's had, I think this will take a dip, and I think you're going to see better prices on Polygon. And then if you have that long-term scope, we're looking at a $7 billion market cap right now for a project that's going to be powering Meta, Stripe. You're talking about DraftKings, Mercedes, Starbucks, Reddit NFTs. There's so many real-world businesses, Disney, that are coming into Polygon that it's a no-brainer for the future. So I'm looking for a little bit of those catalysts to now kind of wear off after it's 3x'd in the bear market. And whenever those prices kind of do take a hit like we do predict, I think that it's going to be a fantastic time to load up on Polygon. And it's one of those that I hope to get my hands on as much as possible before the next bull run. And then, stuff below that in the market cap category, I'm obviously keeping my eyes on Vulcan Forge. And Vulcan Forge goes back to that, if we see a little midterm rally, Vulcan Forge is a volatile token. It will definitely move with the market. Stuff like Ultra, Super Farm, you're looking then at the small caps, and this is where those aggressive gains would come, as mentioned. But these are much higher risk, and there's no reason to talk about small caps at the moment because we don't have a confirmation in the market. It's just been the same old chop that we've had for the last couple of months. So, guys, as always, a boring market is not a bad market, and having no position or having no stance on the market currently is a position. There's power in sitting on the sidelines. There's power in just having a long-term portfolio and short-term portfolio. And that short-term portfolio, you need to be stacking as much stable coins as possible, and you can turn those stables into long-term positions. Once your thesis plays out, once you see the prices that you're looking for, and once those valuations get there, but we're not there yet. And as always, I'll be there to walk you through every step of the way, everything that I'm seeing. And whenever I'm ready to really deploy and DCA into my favorite projects for the future. But once again, I don't really think we've seen the worst of it. And I don't think that the recession is priced in. So if you enjoyed the video, if you were bullish on my sentiment on the market, which is relatively bearish, but at the same time, if we get a confirmation, I will be ready to go due to my strategy, stacking up stablecoins. So like the video if you enjoyed the video, and let me know your thoughts down below on the markets currently. Could you see a midterm rally? Do you see us going lower from here? Let me know down in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel for daily videos here on Crypto Banter. I'll be back tomorrow. As always, guys, play well, my friends.
Mm-hmm.